looks like Cobras are the flavor of the month. We're gonna have 3 here today. We have Scott Kroll's, we have John Dolstrom's, and both are the local Cobra celebrity convertibles. Both on E85, both Whipple cars.
Let's go. Scott, John.
Red one's getting some general maintenance. It's getting shipped off to California with John. So we're gonna just kind of go over it, make sure it's all good. He's not really gonna have somewhere to work on it when he gets there. And then Scott's has some general maintenance. It has a window regulator issue and a belt squeak. We're gonna be addressing on that as well. So we'll bring you guys some updates throughout the day. We're here all day today working on Cobras. We have a 3rd one coming later today as well. So got a big full day planned, and we'll keep you guys in the loop. All right, update on the red Cobra. Just show you guys on underneath. So far on this car, we raised the front suspension a little bit. We did all the fluid changes. So we did oil change, rear diff change. Rear diff was pretty dirty. We did the Whipple supercharger oil, which was a little dirty also. And then miscellaneous nuts and bolts. It has solid motor mounts. It has everything solid mounted. So everything kind of vibrated loose a little bit, but that's all been taken care of. And now it's ready. We're just gonna double check, make sure the ride height is okay. And then it's ready to ship off to California with John. All right, getting ready to take John's Cobra out. Maybe we'll take it around the block. We'll see what he says. If you haven't seen this car somewhere on Facebook, you've never been on Facebook.
Yeah. Or Instagram.
Or Instagram, or anything. I don't think it's on YouTube though. We're bringing it to YouTube.
Should be starting up the channel here in the next couple weeks.
So it's got a 2.9 Whipple. It's still stock bottom end. It's got all the Mecco pulleys, stock cams. It's basically stock long block, but I mean they just cleaned it up. Converted manual brakes, manual rack. It is a crusher. It's got the GT500 throttle body. It's got the breathers, catch can in the front. These cars are absolutely sick. I need one coming soon. But we're done with John's car. We're gonna show you guys a couple rollers. It's super loud, so we're gonna take Ben's Lightning and have him drive up and down, back and forth. Just get a couple shots of it. But Scott's car we're gonna come back and work on after lunch. We have to So we just finished the paint job on the red convertible. I know it was record time. Black looked better. This is Scott Kroll's. He's part of Streetcar Shenanigans and actually a huge advocate and supporter. So thank you, Scott, for all the help that you have done for us. But this is his 2.3 Whipple Cobra. Stock bottom end, stock cams. He's got some custom coil covers. The name of this car is Ace of Spades, and he got the coil covers made to say it, which is pretty awesome. It's on XXRs and R888s all the way around. But it is a 10,000 mile convertible. The interior still smells new, looks new. It's got full length Maximum Motorsports subframe connectors. It's got those new Raxium tail lights. It's on E85. Once again, it's a 2.3 Whipple with the Richard Racing pulley. It's still got stock lower, aftermarket tensioner. So it's pretty standard setup here. It's kind of funny the blower size difference between this 2.3 and the 2.9 Crusher that was on the red one earlier in the video, or in the last video if you haven't seen it. But this one has another Cobra with some kind of belt squeak issue, so we're gonna figure out, make sure it's coming from the blower pulley. We'll start there, and then this car also has a door actuator, lock actuator issue, so we're gonna work on that as well. But we have that TVS car coming, like I mentioned earlier, so we wanna get the rack freed up. We're gonna focus on the belt issue first. So we'll share our findings on what we figured out is wrong with this. Hopefully we get it done in the next hour or so to figure out if the belt alignment is done, and bring you guys an update once we're getting ready to work on the rest of it. See you guys soon. So the black Cobra is Scott's car. This is his semi-daily. Certainly not too shabby. It's a beautiful car. Signal green. It's like 1 of 7. Scott can correct me if I'm wrong, but beautiful ride. It is definitely Cobra as the flavor of the month. As you saw earlier in the video, we had the red one, which is like Instagram famous. It's kind of been all over Facebook. So if you haven't seen that car, just search it on Facebook. You'll find a million pictures of it. But we have the TVS car is back. We were so close to being done with it. We was waiting for a belt and a tensioner. We filled it with coolant and it had a coolant leak. We will show you where the coolant leak is because it really sucks. And we gotta take it all apart over again, but more on that once it's there. Scott Kroll's car, he has an aftermarket billet tensioner on it, which was loosening up and it needed some shimming to get the right belt alignment. So now it's shimmed out, and now we're moving on to the locks and window motor. And they're getting power, they're both getting power to the actuators themselves. So I know the switches work, and I know all the power works. It's just both motors happen to fail. What are the odds of that? I don't know. It's probably a good thing they failed at the same time, because you got to do a lot of the same work. Just look at it again. If I haven't said it already, this is a 2.3 Whipple car. It's got a Resharp Racing 2.7 upper, stock lower. Made just under 700 at the tire, but it's a badass ride. So anyway, we're getting these together. We're working on them all night. We'll bring you guys another update once they are at their next stages where it's worthy of an update. So we'll talk to you guys soon. Scott's 03. Very, very clean car. Now it's ready to drive. He hasn't really been driving it nor enjoying it because the locks didn't work. It's currently locked right now. Lock works. The window works. And then the belt would squeal really bad on once it was warm, and good sounding car. Now I am certainly not your typical convertible guy. I'm one of the anti-convertible Mustangists out there, Mustang enthusiasts. However, Scott's car is very nice. It's got full-length subframe connectors, welded in. It has a 2.3 Whipple. It's on E85. It's got a good fuel system. It's tuned well, long tube headers, and it's black. If there's any convertible you're gonna have, it's gotta be black. And this car is wicked sick. I was very happy to work on it. I look forward to future modifications that he's gonna do to it. And it sounds great. Kind of letting it warm up more. I'll give you guys a couple revs on it, just to kind of show you how cool it sounds. It's got off-road X-Pipe, but he hasn't really driven it much in the last couple months because the window stopped working and the lock stopped working, and now both of them obviously work. And he's happy to get it back. The belt was squeaking, so we've let it heat up a couple times. Now you might hear a noise similar to a belt squeak, but the intake actually makes a ton of noise on this car. You can hear it, it's kind of going away now. But the belt has not squeaked. We've let it heat up. I drove it down the street, and it has not started squealing yet. Although we did put a new belt on it, so sometimes it takes a little while before they start to squeak that way. So Scott keeps up to date on the belt situation. What we ended up doing, it does have an aftermarket billet tensioner. He believes it's by thumb. It's a pretty nice piece. However, the belt alignment just wasn't very good in reference to the idler. I mean, the idler wasn't very good in reference to everything else that's on that drive pulley. On top of all that, it's only got 10,000 miles on it. He just got the paint ceramic coated. Now it's not spotless clean. We just wiped our paw prints off of it. Looks like it got stuck in the rain, or maybe it was sitting outside at his shop because he's got a unit also. But nice job. It's a badass car. If there's any convertible that I was going to own, it would be very similar to this one. Alright, I know the anticipation is building on what is wrong with the TVS car because it was almost done. Up though. Oh look, it's almost all the way back apart, like when we started this project a month ago.
I love it.
So Dan's been tearing it apart this time. I tore it apart last time. I guess it was a team effort last time.
Yeah. You put the timing cover back on, I wasn't here.
So, filled it with coolant. It's leaking from the lower timing, it's leaking from about here on the timing cover. And we found that it has had a hole drilled and tapped in the block to accept both 4-valve timing covers. Now that it's got the correct Cobra one on it, it is leaking from the hole that was there, which we did not really know existed. We went back in the part 1 video, right here, and we saw that it was there. So that's how we found the leak. Now we have to tear it all apart to plug that hole somehow and start all over. Luckily we have all the parts to get it back together now. So hopefully this is only a weekend project instead of a 3-month or, well, 1-month project.